Welcome back. Myself, Mrs. Felina Gonsalves, teacher at Vidya Mandir, English High School, Maharashtra Board, Vasai. Today we are going to learn Chapter 24 of Environmental Study, Part 1 for Standard 5th. The topic is Substances, Objects and Energy. What is a substance? A substance is a matter that has definite properties. Every pure compound and element is a substance. For example, iron is an element and hence is also a substance. All substances we see around us are made up of very tiny particles. You must have seen how sawdust or particles of wood fly when the wood is cut with a saw. When iron or copper is made smooth with a file, we get particle of iron or copper. All substances like pencil, chalk, paper, wood, wheat grain, iron, copper, coal are all made of fine particles. The small particles of various substances that we can see are themselves made up of many tinier particles. These tiny particles are so small that they are not visible to our eyes. Lakhs of particles of any substance must come together to form a particle that can be visible to us. The theory that all substances are made of minute particles were proposed long ago by Kannad Mahashri. Kannad Mahashri was born in 6th century BC at Prabhas Kshetra near Sorati Somnath in Gujarat. His given name was Uluk. He proposed that all things in the world can be classified into 7 categories. He was also the first to suggest that every object in the universe is made up of minute particles. He named that tiny particles Pilav. The droplets of water are also made up of tiny particles of water. The raindrops that fall on the road bounce off and break up into droplets. These droplets are also made up of tinier particles of water. They make us wet. It means that liquids are also made of small particles. Naphthalene. Naphthalene balls are placed in warm clothes after some days. Why do the clothes also smell of naphthalene? Naphthalene balls are also placed in toilets. Why do they become smaller after a few days? It is because naphthalene is a continuous being converted into small particles in the gaseous state. Such small particles from the ball settle on the clothes. So the clothes too smell of naphthalene. As the particles leave the naphthalene ball, the ball grows smaller in size and slowly disappears. Stage substances. There are 3 stage substances, that is solid, liquid and gas. Water is found in nature in 3 states, solid, liquid and gaseous. In all 3 states, the individual particles of water remains the same. However, the arrangement of particles in each of these states is different. As a result, we see differences in the properties of solid, liquid and gas. Solid is composed of tightly packed particles, whereas liquid is made of more loosely packed particles, and gaseous is composed of particles packed so loosely that it has neither definite shape nor definite volume. All substances in nature have a particular form, that is, they are made up of particles. In nature, every substance occurs in a specific state. Accordingly, that substance is called a solid, liquid or gas. For example, aluminium and coal are solid. Kerosene and petrol are liquid, while nitrogen and oxygen are gas. Different substances have different properties. Substances may differ with respect to their properties like hardness, transparency, color, smell, solubility in water, etc. Substances and object. Object is a material thing that can be seen and touched. Object has a definite shape. Their parts are put together in a particular way. Objects are made from substances. The example of objects are pencil, bat, table, chair, etc. We make useful objects from a variety of substances. Another use of substance is that we get energy from some of them. Energy is the ability to do work. Energy is how things change and move. Energy is required to do work. The capacity of a body to do work is called energy. For example, it takes energy to cook food, to drive to school, to jump, to play, etc. Energy is required to do work. When petrol or diesel burns in a motor vehicle, energy gets released. When the petrol is finished or if it is stopped burning, the vehicles too stop running. When something burns, energy gets released in the form of heat. We know that even our body, energy is obtained by burning of certain substances. Many machines can run using fuels like coal, diesel, CNG, LPG, petrol are all substances from which energy is obtained in the form of heat. Kinetic energy. When a person or vehicle moves, heat energy gets converted into motion. Energy in the form of motion is called kinetic energy. All moving things have kinetic energy. For example, when the wind blows, the windmills turn and sailing boats and cloud move from one place to another. This work is possible only because of kinetic energy of the wind. A sailing fan, a mixer grinder, a water pump are machines in which kinetic energy is used. They get kinetic energy from electricity. Electricity is also a form of energy. Other forms of energy. We use several devices in which work is done using not heat but other forms of energy. For example, we use electricity to run the TV. In it, the electricity is converted into light and sound energy. In a solar cooker or solar water heater, solar energy is used. Plants use sunlight to prepare their own food. In this process, energy from sunlight is stored in the food substance they make. These are substances that burn in our body and give us all the energy we need for various purposes. When we burn substances like coal, mineral oil, the stored energy they contain is converted into heat energy. Sources of energy. We use various forms of energy such as heat, light, sound, electricity, and kinetic energy to do different tasks. In today's world, our main sources for all these forms of energy are fuels and electricity. And to produce electricity, many power stations use fuels. There are batteries which produce electricity using sunlight. They are called solar batteries. The heat of the sun, flowing water and wind do not get depleted. Besides, they do not cause pollution when used to produce electricity. But producing electricity by this method is expensive. And in any method of electricity generation, resources from the environment have to be used. Hence, making a habit of using the minimum amount of electricity is necessary in today's world. Copy down the assignment. Thank you for watching the video.